I got another leather project to work on. About time, huh? It's been a while. Anyway, I am working on a cross draw holster for a Smith & Wesson J-frame, and it's going to have a thumb brake. This is what I come up with, but it's taken me a while to get here. First thing is, it's going to be like a pancake style. So what I did first, let me explain this. Pancake style holster. Basically, it's kind of like a flat type holster, and the gun fits in there like that. This is actually my holster, the one I use regularly. But the way I made it is I call it a 50-50 holster because the gun sits right in the middle. So 50% of the holsters in the front, 50% of the holsters in the back. The first design I made was a lot like that. This is it here, and the gun would sit in the middle. That goes back there, that goes like that there, and half of the holsters in the front and half of the holsters in the back. But you know, I was looking at that, and you see the way this is curved, and also doing it as a 50-50 holster for molded in retention helps. It helps that, well, it helps the retention to do it that way. Don't really need retention on this one because it's going to be a thumb brake. And also I was looking at that, and will I really be able to curve that around to make it comfortable, to sit comfortably? Well, I did some scribbling and some cutting and more scribbling and more cutting, basically making paper dolls. And what I did is I came up with this. This is my, for now, my final design, but if you can see, the front piece is bigger than the back piece. That puts about 80% of the holster in the front, which means it'll be easier to curve that around, or more convenient. Well, it'll make it more comfortable to wear. And to me, that's the important part. It is a cross draw. The gun will sit in it. I'll tell you what. I'm going to staple this together so we can get a look at it. This is why I always do a mock-up in construction paper, because it's a lot easier to change or redo something when it's in construction paper than if it's a finished holster. Construction paper costs a lot less than leather, so but of course you really won't really get the idea of how it'll flex and bend and mold to the firearm when it's in construction paper. But you get the general idea here of how this will work. Let me just stuff this in here. Might tear a little bit, but still. There we go. There you go. It'll sit like that. And it's going to be for a 1.5-inch belt. It'll have a thumb brake, but like I said, you know, leather will bend and flex in certain ways that construction paper won't. But anyway, it'll have a thumb brake across the hammer like that. Pop. And it'll sit like that. This is for a right-handed cross draw, and you can see the amount of cant it has there and where the belt's going to sit. See if I got that level. It'll be about like that. So I am going to submit this pattern to the person I'm making this holster for, and we'll see if this pattern gets approved or if he has suggestions or other ideas. And then once all that's finished, we'll get into cutting some leather.